live stream. So it does say we're live, but it still says that it's preparing. So let's see what happens. There is going to be probably a huge lag on YouTube. So there we go. It's already switched over. And I'm not sure. Yeah. All right. So I'm pretty much set up with how I want it. And so I'm going to scooch over to the card table. You'll probably be able to hear me a little bit better. Sorry, I forgot I was going to try and do this over here to start with and not bother with the camera, but I can always lift my hand up here and make it all happen. So happy Saturday. I didn't have to record. I almost did. It's been one interesting week for most of us here in Michigan. It is extremely cold out. But it's not something we haven't experienced and will probably in the past, and it's probably not something we will likely be able to avoid in the future. Whether it's orchestrated or not, it's irrelevant. It's here. It's almost like they show all these different ways for you to save money on your heating bill, and then they kill the whole 9 yards with setting up this frigid weather. I think the one thing that I took a picture of it, I kind of flip-flop between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Right now, golly, I think it's like -2, and it's what? It's noon, or high noon. I don't know. We're going to stay below freezing at least for the next 10 days. And welcome to Michigan. And that's just January and February. And the next 30 days after that, we'll probably start warming up. I think in 10 days, it's supposed to go to like 29. That's going to be feeling very tropical. Even yesterday, with it being minus, I think it was -7 during the day. I had to purchase something for a client, and I was walking out of the store, and the one guy was walking out with me. He's stopping and he's putting all this stuff. I was like, dude, I'm in a hurry. And he's going, be safe out there, and hey, stay warm. It was his polite way of telling me to zip up my coat. Not happening. I was in a hurry, and it's, I'm not going to flash freeze in the weather quite yet. But I'm going to take a little sip. The coffee was especially tasty this morning. I made homemade pancakes. So I'm going to explain why these cards are sitting out. So in prepping the decks, in the past, I was taking them and reading them for myself and then shuffling back then. In today, I was basically feeling like whatever comes out is going to be for today's reading. And you can see, I mean, this is very different. I don't usually get this few of cards that don't pop out. So things are going quite well in that respect from a spiritual standpoint. But we'll look at these when we get to them. And I didn't want to, the only thing that I got, usually it's like today, what we can use, what we've experienced in the last 2 weeks. And then this world would be what's coming in and what can we utilize of the incoming energy with where we're at right now. It's all to be used for the now. This was really today supposed to be for what do you call it? Relationships. And it wasn't just about relationships of, people like family, friends, coworkers, colleagues, people you meet out in the community, people you meet in the online community. This was the most neglected relationship out of all relationships. And that is the relationship we have with ourselves. And most of us, especially if you're, a parent, that you tend to give to other people. And if you're in a caregiving position, that can be especially dangerous for us to neglect ourselves. And we can't, I'm gonna do something here. We it's going to be especially important for us to. I'm going to try and pull up my YouTube stuff over here. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but anyway. Yep, it will. Look at that. I'm going to go over to, whoa, it opened something up completely different. Let's go back down over here. And we go there. And here we are there. All right, perfect. So now I can see if somebody comes in and types something. I won't be able to respond to it, but at least I'll be able to, type anything in the chat, but I'll be able to put something out there. So here we go. So this is a relationship about ourselves. And again, we're always going to be looking for, yeah, it's a balmy 2 degrees out there, y'all. So at least it's above. It's not in the negatives right now. It is about us looking after ourselves. It's going to be really, really crazy important for us to do that. 9 of Wands. So I know a lot of times this is like the wounded warrior, but it's also something that we kind of neglect the fact that we need to do that self-care, but taking the time to realize how much progress we've made, how much we've brought in. So if these are meant to be some sort of a harvest or something that we've manifested, and they're all at different maturity levels too. So you could be talking about, because when we talk about ourselves, it's not just a one-dimensional thing. So it could be something that we're more or less neglecting, and we're getting burned out. The halo on this is kind of interesting because you can kind of see through it, so it's kind of cool. So we need to be transparent with ourselves. Okay. It's hard to see. Oh my gosh. 9 of Swords. So in a nightmare, not waking up from that nightmare. And also, this is about reminding us to appreciate what we have collected. So we can't be driven by our thoughts and words, right? Or we shouldn't be anyway. I have to shift this up a little bit. There we go. That's perfect. But yeah, I think that this is going to be really, really important. And again, at different maturity levels here and different facets of ourselves. Emotionally driven. So regulating our emotions, taking command of them, using that emotional maturity is going to be really important. And let's see what else is over here. So we got these, and oh, we already got our 3. Well, there you go. Wow. All right. So I'm going to take them from the bottom. Queen of Pentacles. So for me, the Queen of Pentacles right now is like a woman of clarity and maturity, and she's pretty solid in her knowledge and growth. Oh, I keep saying that. They're pretty chill. Maybe that's because the weather. I don't know. But she's very relaxed. She's very confident. Yeah, okay. Wheel of Fortune. So once we get a grip on this, we realize we have on our thoughts and our words and using that emotional maturity that we've gained. So we need to get out of our head. We're going to be able to command the Wheel of Fortune in our favor. That was pretty much it on that. This is like going really quick. I don't know why. Justice. For me, it's a balance. Here, it is also a double-edged sword. It is also not really taxing or draining, but it's something that is it's sometimes challenging for us to feel driven or get ourselves motivated to find the balance, and we'll stay in balance. This is like a real important thing for us to do right now is I'll take a look at it once all the cards are out, but it feels like this is our stability right here in managing what we've got going up here. He's the only solid character now. He can be a little guarded with his emotions, I'm feeling like, only because of the past hurt, right? Not sure why I felt motivated to do that kind of a shuffle there, but because I usually do all the prepping for the shuffling and focusing on whatever it is that you want us to know, to hear, to feel, because it's important for us to feel what's going on too. We can't just have this, yeah, it's almost like we need to be a little more open, but also staying balanced. I think I shuffled the whole deck upside down. Sure did. Huh. All right, so the Knight of Pentacles. So this isn't going to be a quick process, and it's going to be a very grounded, earthy experience or feelings or messages or I don't know, it's just kind of like this whole blend of different, maybe it's because it's a collective thing, but it's kind of like stable, but it's going to be coming in from all different directions. I don't even know how to describe that kind of feels like. So King of Wands, very clever, very clever. We're going to have to be clever. We're going to have to use what we've had in these experiences. We're going to have to not forget about this. People want to bury their stuff. We don't want to bury our stuff. We want to make sure that we keep an open mind with it. And this King of Wands is the action. We're going to have to take action. We're going to even if it's just with using our words. That can start the action. Oh my gosh. How about justice and then judgment? Hey, Arizona. Yeah, I started early too, I think. But yeah, this is like crazy. You guys realize I have to leave all these cards out after I'm done because I will not remember anything I said. Just putting that out there. I mean, even just sitting here, I have to like re-look at the cards. But this row, I think, is out of this we're starting with. If we look at the King of Cups, that's the emotional maturity for us to get control over the Wheel of Fortune. And I still feel, I know that this is not typically like a message card, maybe. I don't know, but I kind of feel like it is. And even with this is, I mean, people like to say this is a negative card. It's not really. It's a reminder that we have these different levels of maturity, and we have the capability of managing our thoughts and words, utilizing them so we can take control of these opportunities that are going to be coming up. And they might spin by pretty quick. So we're going to have to kind of get a grip on where we're at and the decisions that we might need to be making. I think things are going to start speeding up throughout the rest of the year. And then we can take action. And these are not linear processes. You might take action on something and have to pull out one of these swords and rebalance this wheel. You know what I'm saying? So none of these things are linear. It'll tell a story, but it's still something that we have to make sure that, you know, we don't get caught off guard because life is not a linear process. The only thing that seems to be um, is our aging. We can't do much about that. Okay, we're going to have to pay attention to a lot of the messages that we're going to be receiving in our dream state. And that doesn't necessarily mean sleeping. I know she's sleeping here, but if you're having you're King of Cups, I'm Queen of Cups, girl. We make a good pair. Uh, but the dream, but it's daydreams too. Even just because I drive a lot. I think last week I think I did like 800 miles. I think that's about what I did. Like over like a seven day work week. I mean 7 days of work. It was a lot. So I had a lot of time to like think about things, hypothesize if I have this going on, working out how I'm going to approach the different situations I'm going to be encountering. Really, it's a good time to strategize when you're behind the wheel. Of course, me, I had to deal with all the snow and ice and rain too. So, all right. So we're gonna have to possibly, when we're unearthing this feels like this is attached to this. It's about regrets and using our level of maturity to process those regrets that we might be having and rebalancing it, getting a hold of that spin factor, I guess you could call it, and using that as a stability factor. I mean, who can't say that the stuff that we're going through is not, yeah, we got to drop the mask. I have been hearing a lot about, somebody said false mask. There is no such thing as a false mask. A mask is a mask. It's a real mask. It's masking the real you, but don't put on a front. Don't be a people pleaser, but also watch out with, because man, I'm telling you, we're going to encounter a lot of people with false motives, facades, odd behavior. Don't dismiss these things. It's going to be critical. We're in the zombie days, man, and I'm telling you, we need to watch out for these people. Using good judgment. That's not being judgmental. This is our relationship with ourselves, but keep open to it. It's taking a grip of this. I feel like it's a manifestation wheel. This is Wheel of Fortune, but it's a wheel of manifesting as well. I'm surprised that the magician didn't pop up. So this is about relationships with a business contract, gift of money. If you have been feeling like writing, write. Writers write, right? Right. So there's something about writing, journaling, making a book, not necessarily like a literary type book, but making a book, maybe booking a seat. And never fear, the end of something marks the start of something new. Begin again. And don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. These are cards of don't give up. Money coming in, good investment, sales, finance, and lucky. So I don't know if I believe in luck, but I do believe in taking advantage of that wheel of fortune because we're the ones in control of it. Just saying. And I turn my heat up. I usually keep it at 63 Fahrenheit, and I turned it up. Now I'm roasting. I'm going to have to turn it down. Anyway, so what are the final words from the ether? Prosperity. You gotta love it. Look at that. It's so cool. All right. Frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of the abundance and riches that the universe provides. Abundance. Cut through that facade, man. I'm telling you, we have so much at literally at our fingertips. I feel like this one wants to come out as well. Third eye chakra. The frequency of third eye chakra, the indigo flower of life, supports our intuition and our inner knowing and our imagination and our psychic powers. So a lot of what we're using as judgment and determining what justice is going to come from our intuition. Is that a cool card or what? And that's going to foster that prosperity. Ooh. Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse the other layers of reality and dimensions. Had a really good conversation with a couple of people this week about what reality is, believe it or not. I work in a very 3D world, but it activates our access to our Akashic inheritance, as well as merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. It's a goal achiever, game changer, Merkaba. Well, I don't know what anybody else has going on today. I'm going to try and scooch over here, and very low-key day for me. Just saying that you're just going to have to take what you get that comes on the camera, because this is what got up this morning, just putting it that way, to be blunt. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, you guys. Please do like, share, subscribe. If you have a second, do put a comment in there, even if it's just an emoji or something. And check out my website, maybe like next week or something like that, because I am going to be updating some things on there. I haven't even added that I'm a Reiki practitioner to that yet. Bookings are available for during the week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything on the weekends. You just have to reach out through my website. Hey everybody, I really appreciate you guys stopping by, and I will for sure catch all. Oh, and don't forget to go to my Rumble channel. Hopefully before the end of this upcoming week, I'm going to be able to post that. Augie and I had a nice little chat earlier this week about cannabis and it being rescheduled by the current presidential administration. So that's going to be, hopefully I piss a few people off, quite honestly, and get some comments on it. It was not my intention, but I'm not for it and I'm not against it. I think everybody needs to make up their own mind. And you just kind of take it from there. Use everything with responsibility, whatever it is. Anyway, I will see